Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to F1 Manager 24. This is not going to be a normal AlphaTauri career playthrough. This is going to be how to create this logo as well as the design for the livery and for the overalls, so that way you guys on any platform can do this. I know there is mods out there for the PC, which I am on, to create these logos without any issues whatsoever, but I'm getting sick and tired of not having mods for consoles. They can do it with Fallout, they can do it with Skyrim. Why can they not do it with stuff like F1 Manager, which is a little bit disheartening. I'm on PC, I have no mods installed, however I have made this completely within the editor, so if you want to create an AlphaTauri logo or anything like that, I'll give you the coordinates and the stuff I use, and maybe a little bit of advice, who knows. So let's go ahead and edit. So the first things first is this box. This box around here, it looks black, however if you change the colour any lighter, I found that it looks too bright because you want the navy, so we'll go with colour in this one. So the colour is 202 hue, 100 saturation and 3 brightness. If you move the brightness up at all, it looks too bright and it doesn't look right at all. I mean, it's up to you, you could have it brighter if you want, but for me I think that it looks dark here, but on the car and on the overalls it looks right. So there's that. The size of this one, so this one, the coordinates, I don't know why it's negative 0.02. That one there can be, so this one here should just be 0 and 0 because it's literally just the background. Oh, I just moved it. Right, let's move this back. So I don't know why it's in the background. I don't know why it should be in the middle because the background is just the background. The size of it is, so horizontally. If you don't know how to do this, what you can do is if you press shift, I don't know what the button is on console, so if you press, by standard, it's going to uniform size it, the uniform scaling, but if you're on PC, you press shift, and that disables the uniform scaling. It's down here in the bottom right. You want to disable that, so that way you can stretch it around as much as you want. So horizontally, it's 2.00, which is the max, and then vertically it is 1.66. Rotation is 0, and then that will give you the box. To be honest, you could probably do uniform scaling, just do 200%, that's absolutely fine. Put on 2 and 2, that's absolutely fine, you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, that should be fine. Next we have these circles. So this is actually 2 circles in one. So you have this one here, which is the outer circle, and then you have this one here, which is the inner circle. So if I move this one up, so you can see it's the larger circle there. 17, there we go. So this one here, this is the in fact color. I think the color it basically is going to be either that blue for the background. So make sure you save that with this down here if you can, and the rest of them are just going to be 0, 0 and 100 to get the white. It's very simple stuff to do. But if we go move, this one here is negative 0.28 by negative 0.17. The size is 0.52 by 0.52. So that one there's scaled fine, and the rotation is 0. So there's that one. After that, you have the inner circle, which is negative 0.28 by negative 0.17. The size of it is 0.38 by 0.38, so that's uniformed again, and the rotation is 0. Next we have these, if you don't know where these circles are, it's just in circles. It's the second one in, it's this one here you need. You could get 2 of these if you want, but it's just going to make your life a little bit more difficult. This one here is the best one to go with. After the circles, we then have this one here. It's also in circles, it's like half the semicircle. That's to give you this fluid look. If you don't have this, it's just going to look very square and blocky in this area here, and it doesn't look right. So you want this one here. Color again will be 0, 0 and 100. So the coordinates for this one is 0.07 by negative 0.30. The size is 0.44 by 0.44, so again uniformed. And the rotation is 135.0 degrees. That's to get the rotation correct for this one here. And then we have the next one, same deal, it's just going in the opposite direction, just so that way we can get a bit more uniform, because we're getting this uniform here and this uniform here, so it looks a little bit nicer. Again, it's just the white 0, 0, 100. So this one here is 0.05 by negative 0.38. Size is 0.44 by 0.44, again uniformed. And the rotation is 135.0. Nice and easy. Next we have this. This is actually an eye. It's not a square, it is the eye in the Formula 1 font solid. Because if you use a square, you can't get it thin enough and you can't get it small enough. Even if you do different sizes, you have... This one here, I just find is a lot nicer to work with. You can make it that little bit smaller, you can make it a bit more pinpoint of where you want to get it, you want to get a bit more detail. That's why I like the eye. So that one there is, if I show you again, that one there is a Formula 1 font solid, and it's just the I between H and J. Nice and simple. Okay, so this one here is in 0.24 by negative 0.43. The size is 0.38 by 0.14. Make sure you get this right. Remember to enable or disable uniform scaling, because that way you can actually get different sizes. The rotation is just 0, nice and easy. Okay, next we have the same thing, the other eye for over here. So this one here is 0.50 by negative 0.46 is the coordinates. The size is 0.60 by 0.34. And the rotation is 90 degrees. Again, nice and easy. Okay, this triangle here, to get this effect, it was annoying to do, but I managed to get it in the end. So the coordinates for it is 0.60 by negative 0.41. The size of it is uniformed 0.18 by 0.18, and the rotation is 90 degrees, and then that will give you that uniform look. Okay, now we're on the second circle. It's exactly the same as this circle here, just the coordinates are a little bit different. So this one is 0.27 by negative 0.17, and it's uniformed 0.52 by 0.52, and the rotation is 0. And then this one here, this one's the inner circle. Again, 0.27 by negative 0.17, but the size is 0.38 by 0.38, so it's a little bit smaller, and the rotation 0. Nice and simple. Okay, now we have another eye. Which one is this? This one, yeah. So this is another eye. So this one here, it's this little gap here, because if you don't, you're gonna have a little too much rotation, if that makes sense, with the outer circle here, and it just doesn't look natural. So I had to add some kind of straight line there. You can just about see it, but it's so small you won't actually see it from anything else. It just makes it look a bit more uniform. You'll see what I mean when you're actually making this yourself. So if I go to move, it's 0.23 by negative 0.44. The size is 0.18 by 0.16, so it's not uniformed. Make sure you check that. And the rotation is 0 degrees. Okay, now we have it looks black, but now we have another eye, which is this line here. I believe it's the entire line actually. So the color again, like I said, make a note of it. 202, 100, and 3. It's the same color as the background, so it should be uniformed with that. I've got to move. So the location of it is 0.27 by negative 0.17. The scale of it is 0.24 by 0.66. So it's actually so the 0.66 is the length, so it's all the way down, and then 24 is the width. So that's why I prefer the eyes over the squares, because you can definitely make it a lot more uniform, a bit more scaled correctly. Okay, now we have rotation 0, absolutely fine with that. Okay, now we have this eye here, which is just this black line going across, which is in the AlphaTauri logo. So this one here, minus 0.14 by minus 0.34. Size of it is 0.24 by 0.30, so it's a lot smaller, and the rotation is 37.0 degrees, and that will give you this line here. Okay, at this point you could potentially just leave it like this, but it still won't look quite right. There are a couple of things you can do. So with the AlphaTauri, it's literally just getting just getting the words out there. If you don't want to have AlphaTauri there, if you don't want to have any lettering like this, you can just skip all this. This is absolutely fine. And all of them are going to be in the white, and they're all going to be in the same location. So this one here is actually titanium font solid, so it's the smaller one. This one here is a bit thicker. That's just the A, nothing crazy there. So this one is minus 0.59 by 0.31. Size is uniform 0.18, and the rotation is 0.0. Alpha, all of Alpha is going to be the same lettering, and then TAURI will be the other lettering. So this one here is minus 0.46 by 0.31, size 0.18, and the rotation is 0. The P is minus 0.34 by 0.31, size is 0.18, it's uniformed, and the rotation is 0. The H is negative 0.21 by 0.31, size is 0.18, and rotation 0. Now the A, the final A for alpha, location is negative 0.05 by 0.31, size 0.18, uniformed, and rotation is 0. So then that'll get you the alpha, and it'll be just on the left hand side. It should be just the left hand side of the actual middle, which makes it perfectly placed, which I absolutely love. Now the rest of this, TAURI, if you want the letters, the TAURI, no, I don't want to duplicate. No, I'm going to change, that's what I want. So this is Formula 1 font solid, obviously just go with the letters that you need. Formula 1 font solid. This one is 0.08 by 0.31, size is 0.16. It's a little bit different to the alpha because these are naturally bolder and larger, so it's 0.16, not 0.18. Again, uniformed, and rotation is 0. The A is 0.22 by 0.31. Again, size is 0.16, uniformed, and rotation is 0. The U, 0.39 by 0.31, size 0.16, uniformed, and 0 rotation. The R, 0.55 by 0.31, size 0.16, uniformed, and 0 rotation. And the I is 0.67 by 0.31, size 0.16, which is uniformed, and then 0 rotation. And then that'll get you the AlphaTauri. Now these are definitely needed, because if you don't, the triangle over here is going to be way too big, and this line here is actually going to chop off a little bit of the triangle here, which you need, because otherwise you can't get this correct. You can, if you want to have a large bit here, you can go for it. This is your logo. You do whatever you want with it. However, I like to have these anyway. Again, it's the same color as the background, so it's 202, 100, and 3. And if I place, so the place of it is 0.69 by negative 0.51. The size is 0.18 by 0.20, and the rotation is 0. So if that helps, I'll show you. So that's in triangles, obviously. Bottom left, second to last one, so on there. And then the eye, it's just another eye again. I love my eyes. Same color again, 202 by 100 by 3. And the location is 0.79 by minus 0.54, size is 0.30 by 0.18, rotation is 0. So that will get you the AlphaTauri logo, but I'm going to say this right now. If you do this, some things might not be exact. Like this eye that I have here, this really thick eye, it's not quite in line with the triangle here, and I had to physically grab my mouse and slightly move it down, slightly move it up, get it to exactly where I wanted it. So you might have to do that with some of your stuff. You don't have to. It's not gonna be zoomed in or anything, so people aren't gonna see it. So like this here, it's not exact with the line, but it's just too finicky to do that, but no one's gonna see it. So yeah, just be conscious about that. But you can adjust it to make it look a little bit nicer. So then I'll get you the logo. Again, if you don't want the background, that's fine. If you don't want the letters, that's fine. If you don't even want the logo, that's fine. If you just want a bit of advice or help or tips or anything like that. Because I've also made other logos as well with a similar kind of thing. And that'll get you the logo. So I'll apply changes and save to AlphaTauri. Cool. Right. That'll get you the logo, which is the most important thing. Next we'll do the driver suit. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to get the AlphaTauri stuff. The secondary sponsors, I will not bother with those because they are your personal preference. So the AlphaTauri there, I mean these are a little bit ridiculous, but it's okay. It's okay. So the thing you want is trim. I believe it's the very first one. That'll get you the that there. The color of the primary paint is 00100 to get the white. Same again, 00100 to get the second lot of white. And then, as you guessed it, 202, 100, and 3 to get the navy. Helmet color, you can have whatever you want. You don't have to have this. You can have whatever you want. But if you do want this to have this helmet, for certain drivers that haven't got any models, then it's again 202 100 by 3, 00 100, and 0 100 100. That'll get you the white, navy, and the red. Okay, so let's go to the stickers. So on the front, the only four you have. So this one here is this one. So to do it, all you have to do is go to change, and then you'll take you to sponsor logos. If you press this button, it'll take you to team logo, and you have your AlphaTauri logo there. As long as you saved it in the logo editor, make sure you save it. So the move is 0.00 by 0.00. The size is 50%, and the rotation is 0, and then that'll get you this one here. So this one is the next one. It's 0.00 by 0.00. It's 124%, and the rotation is 0. Okay, and then we have this logo up here, up on the neck, which I really like. 0.00 by 0.00, 82%, and rotation is 0. And then we have these side ones. With these side ones, you don't necessarily need to have them, and they are a bit, I guess, ambiguous. But like, especially at the back, it just looks a bit funny. That definitely could work, do some work. I can change that at a later date. But as it stands right now, you're never going to see this, so it's not a massive problem. But if you wanted to get this, you can obviously change around, play with it, do whatever you want. But I've got 2.00 by minus 2.00. The size is 98%, and the rotation is 0% because it automatically goes vertically. And then that's your front. That is your front side done. Obviously, you get your secondary sponsors as well, and all that kind of stuff. So that's all up to you. You don't have to have anything. It's all up to you. You can do what you want. Okay, on the back now. The only one we have is the top one up here. So this one is 0.00 by 0.00. Size is 106%. Rotation 0. That'll get you this top one up here. Arms. The only one here is this logo here. This logo here creates is what the AlphaTauri is, the only AlphaTauri one you have. So the 0.00, 76%, rotation of 0. That'll get you that arm, and then the gloves. There's a couple on here. So this one is this logo right here. This is 0.00 by 0.00, 64%, and 0 rotation. And then this one here is actually on the glove. So when they change in gears, you can actually see the AlphaTauri logo, which is quite cool. This one is 0.00 by 0.00, 106%, and 0 rotation. And then that's it for the gloves, and that is it for this. And obviously, like I said, the secondary sponsors is up to you. I quite like the Roga because it goes with the red, which AlphaTauri did have a little bit of. So Roga, I'll show you quickly on one of these. So Roga, when you do this one, make sure the color is full color. Don't go silhouette. Go full color. That way you get the red, and obviously place it as you do. So that's what I would recommend for the driver suit. I'll change to the next header. And then finally, we have the one thing that everyone is looking forward to. Sorry, no we don't. Team colors, I've got to tell you this. So the team colors are 00, 100, 202, 100, and 3. And then finally 0, 100, 100 for red. That's how you get the team overalls to look correct when they're in the pit stop and stuff like that. Okay, anyway, car livery. This is the one thing everyone's looking forward to. Again, I'm only going to show the AlphaTauri. I'm not going to show you any of the secondary sponsors. Just because it's all personal preference. But if you want an AlphaTauri look, especially with back here as well and the back, then yes, absolutely. So, and I will show you how to get this red at the back as well, because that's not part of the actual design. So if I go to edit, so again, first one, it's sweep. Very first one you select, that will get you this livery template. And then blank for your wheels. Obviously you can change this out to whatever wheels you want, but I went with blank. Did I? No, I didn't go blank. Sorry. Don't go blank. The wheel is actually propeller at the bottom. Right at the bottom, there's propeller, and then it gives you this look, which is what the AlphaTauri, it had something similar, which is quite cool. Okay. The colours. So the primary colour is matte and solid, 202, 103. Secondary colour is matte, solid, and 00, 100. That gets you the white. And the third colour is matte, solid, 202, 103. And then that'll give you the AlphaTauri colours that you need. Okay, now the stickers. On the front way, this one here is this logo right here. Same again with these, by the way. Change, and then you start off with sponsor logos. Just click this button. Team logo is there. So this logo is negative 7.00 by negative 1.00. Size is 78%, and the rotation is 2 degrees. And then that'll get you this front logo. These ones here. That'll get on both of the sides, which is great. The next one is the front, which is this large one here. It's 0.00 by 2.00. Size is 136%. Anything bigger than this, and it starts getting a bit cut around the edges, and it just looks a bit weird. And then the rotation is 0 degrees. And that is it for the front wing. Okay, now the side. So if you want to get this one here, it's negative 2.00 by negative 9.00. The size is 158%. And the rotation is 0 degrees. Now that would get you, if you want the AlphaTauri below this, so it looks alright. You can obviously move this up, move this down, left, right, whatever you want to do with it. But that is the best way I find, because it means that this the black board, the blue border that's around the AlphaTauri, it connects perfectly with the blue that's already here on the car. So I think that works absolutely fantastically. But obviously it's your car, your livery, you do as you wish. Then that is it for the side. The top. So if you want to have this logo, again, it's the same color as the one behind, so it works perfectly. It's 0.00 by 13.00. Size is 178%, and the rotation is 0 degrees. And then that's it for the top. The side of the rear wing is 1.00 by 1.00. Size is 166%, and rotation 0 degrees. You can't really get the whole AlphaTauri on there. I'm more worried about the logo though. It looks like it's slightly too big, but it's fine. It's not noticeable when you're driving around and when you're making videos or whatever. It looks fine. It looks good enough. Okay, now the Roga. This red here is actually this entire logo. So again, color. You want to make this full color. You need to have full color, otherwise this won't work. If you go silhouette, it just won't be there. It will change to your color, and you don't want that. You want to have the red, because you want the red oval around there. So to get this one, it's 0.00 by 44.00. Size 184%, and the rotation is 0 degrees. That is how you get that. Anything different from that, and you are going to start. It's going to start encroaching on the side up here, and as well as the back, and it just doesn't look right at all. And you got the same thing on the back. Again, if you go any bigger than this, it's going to start messing with the exhaust at the back, and it looks a bit funky. But it's exactly the same. Roga, full color, and it's 0.00 by 25.00. Size is 200%. Rotation is 0, and then that's how you get that red look at the back. I know some people don't like the red, which is absolutely fine. If you don't like the red, you don't like the red. You obviously don't have to have the red, but that's how I got the red, because AlphaTauri did have a little bit of a red, so that's absolutely fine. And then that's how you get the AlphaTauri logo. That's how you get the AlphaTauri livery. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I think that is the entire livery there. As I've gone through it, I would have shown you exactly everything as I went through them. But there's that will give you the AlphaTauri livery, and then you have these secondary liveries that are secondary sponsors that are in the game. They're just going to be on there as you make them. It's completely up to you again. Make sure on the navy you have it white. On the white you have it navy. And then you want an odd splash of red here and there, so that there I've got a bit of red, I've got a bit of red here, and obviously the Roga red there. But everything else looks fine. Unfortunately, you can't change this without mods, so I'm not going to bother with that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how you create the AlphaTauri logo, ovals, and livery. And then that's what I've done. Again, you're going to have to make some fine detail adjustments. You're going to have to make some fine detail adjustments, but that's how you get the livery and everything. I think it looks fantastic. I know a lot of people on Facebook, YouTube, they're really impressed with how this turned out, and I'm pretty happy with this as well. I can't deny it. It took a while. It took a good couple of hours, but I managed to get to something that I really like. I mean, from every angle, if you looked at this, it just looks like AlphaTauri. Now, obviously, if you're on PC, there are mods where you can actually have the actual AlphaTauri to a T. So this one here, obviously, it's not got the bull in the right-hand circle. There is no bull, which cannot be done in this unless they somehow make the editor where you can make things a lot smaller. Because the smallest you can go is 10%. And you need to go down to maybe 1 or 2% to get everything you need to make the bull. So unfortunately you can't have the bull, but from a glance you can tell this is AlphaTauri, and I love it. I think it looks amazing. So hopefully everyone enjoyed this episode. If you want me to make more stuff, I have made other liveries and other stuff. So I've made like the Renault, the yellow one from 2021. I've made an Audi livery. I've made Ford as well, and I've made a logo for the Ford, which is pretty nice. That's all done within the editor as well, so you guys can make that at home, and that took way longer than the AlphaTauri. But if you want to see something like that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can make something. Just give me a year, a livery, and a team, and I'll try my best to create it in this game without using mods. That's the key words here, without mods. I'm on PC, but I'm not going to use mods for this, so everyone has access to what I create. I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.